You think you can handle me? Brad sneered, fists clenched so tight his knuckles popped. Classic alpha dog, surrounded by his goons and a dozen screaming kids out back of Lincoln High. Aaliyah just looked up, real slow, eyes so icy calm you could feel the temperature drop, and said, "I was never playing games, Brad." No fear in her voice, just this weird, quiet confidence. 5 minutes later, Brad Thompson would be sprawled out on the asphalt, and the whole school would be buzzing. But none of us knew that yet. Not even her. Listen, before you blink and miss it, what's about to happen will stick with you. So hang tight. And hey, let us know down in the comments. Ever had to stand up to a bully yourself? Or maybe you were the bystander, wishing you'd said something. Go on. It's your turn. The real story starts a couple weeks earlier, on a foggy Maplewood morning. Lincoln High, doors swinging open, the whole parade filing in. Except there's this new face, Aaliyah Carter. Just 16, fresh off the bus from Detroit. Her mom, Dr. Monica Carter, just landed a hospital gig out here, hoping for a quiet life. But for Aaliyah, Maplewood was just one more school, one more chance to keep her secret tucked away. You wouldn't have looked at her twice. She kept her hair tight, wore basic jeans and a sweatshirt, head down, voice low, just trying to disappear. But that's the thing about secrets. They don't stay buried forever. Underneath all that quiet was Michigan's junior MMA champ. That's right, dozens of fights under her belt, a left hook with enough juice to crack a rib, and ground game so slick her old coach still bragged about her. But here, none of that could show. Night before the move, her mom sat her down, real close, real serious. "Please, sweetheart, just blend in this time. People are afraid of what they don't understand." And Aaliyah got it. After all, fighting was never for show. She'd started because she had to, after some older kids cornered her in Detroit and left her in tears. MMA became her armor, her way of making sure nobody could touch her again. But in Maplewood, it felt like she was wearing someone else's skin. At lunch, she kept to herself, ears full of cafeteria noise, just counting the minutes. After school, her mom always tried, "How was your day?" "Fine, Mom, just another new place." But neither of them needed to say more. They'd done this dance too many times. That night, lying in bed, Aaliyah stared at the ceiling, homesick for the gym, for sweat and the smell of leather, for cheers that drowned out feared by the second day. The routine was already stale. Until lunch. That's when Brad and his sidekick showed up. Brad, tall as a tree, smirk welded on his face. Kyle, squinty and mean. Jake, all skinny arms and sneers. "This is my table," Brad said, dropping into the seat across from her like he owned the room. "Where you from?" "Detroit," she answered, voice steady. "Oh, big city girl," Kyle laughed. "Think you're better than us?" Brad laid it out. $5 a day, call it protection money, or things would get ugly. "Especially for a black girl like you," he added, nice and loud. You know that feeling, when you want to explode but you swallow it down because you promised someone you'd stay out of trouble. That was Aaliyah right then. She didn't flinch, just said, "I'll think about it." Brad grinned, gave her a day to decide, warned her not to run to any teachers. His dad funded the football team. After all, that night, Aaliyah did the math. $5 a day, $150 a month. Bullies never stopped at just money. She didn't mention it at home, but her mom knew something was off. "You don't have to do it alone, she whispered. Aaliyah nodded, but inside, she already knew. This was hers to handle. Next morning, Brad was waiting. "So, what's it gonna be?" Aaliyah, calm as ever. "I'm not paying you." For a split second, Brad's face slipped. Then he doubled down. Game's on. And he meant it. That day, they ramped things up, knocked her books down, stomped her notebook, shoved her in the halls. In the cafeteria, Brad went for the grand finale. Dumped her tray in her lap, soup and all. Laughter everywhere. Someone filmed it. Aaliyah stared at her ruined jeans, heart pounding, not from fear, but from anger she barely kept in check. She just walked away. In the bathroom, she scrubbed and scrubbed, blinking back tears. Never let them see you cry. Finally, desperate, she called her old coach from Detroit. "Coach Marcus? I need advice." He listened. Then he told her straight. "If you let them push you now, it'll never stop. You don't need to hurt anyone, but you do need to show them you're not prey. You have the right to defend yourself. That was all she needed. The next day, she walked into school with a new steadiness, quiet but unbreakable. Brad and his crew sensed it, too. You could see them watching, waiting for her to crack. The rumor mill worked overtime. After school, parking lot, everyone show up. It wasn't just about her anymore. The whole school was itching for a show. The circle formed, students, phones, the works. Brad tried to get in her head. Not Detroit, Aaliyah. Here, the weak obey. She didn't reply, just dropped her bag. Brad shoved her hard. Aaliyah barely moved. He swung, she dodged. Swung again, she blocked. Then, when he came at her a third time, she pivoted, dropped, swept his legs out. Brad hit the asphalt. Flat and humiliated, he scrambled up, went at her again. She didn't even have to hit him, just snapped a sidekick an inch from his chest, showing him exactly how fast she could end this. Brad froze. No more jokes. No more cocky swagger. He backed off, muttering, "This isn't over." But everyone saw. He was done. The videos hit group chats before sunset. All anyone talked about was how Aaliyah didn't even look angry, didn't brag, just calmly put the king of Lincoln high on the ground. Monday morning, nobody mocked her. Aaliyah sat in the back, as always, but this time, kids nodded at her, invited her to sit with them. Even the teachers noticed. One PE coach just nodded, like, "Yeah, I see you." Brad and his cronies shrank. The old rules, gone. Bullies watched their step. Even kids who never spoke to Aaliyah started asking for tips. "Could you show me some moves?" She did, quietly, never boasting. Then came the twist. News of the fight spread to West Side High, a rival school full of kids itching to prove themselves. Travis, their captain, swaggered up to Aaliyah at the gate, crowd in tow. "Heard you dropped Brad. Want to try me?" She didn't want to fight, but this was about respect. The crowd formed. Travis swung. She dodged, countered, one clean roundhouse, and Travis went down, stunned. "We're not weak," she said, standing tall. "And I don't fight for show." Maplewood went wild. But online, the talk got ugly. Some called her a hero, others said she was trouble. Then came the lawsuit. Brad's family, not ready to let go. Suddenly, Aaliyah was in court, the headlines twisting her into a threat. Some witnesses lied, some stood by her. Her old sensei testified. Martial arts was for defense, not attack. The judge listened. One by one, classmates stood up, told the truth. In the end, the verdict, not guilty. Self-defense. Aaliyah's name spread further. She started teaching self-defense at lunch. Kids who once shrank in the halls now stood tall, and even teachers sought her out for advice. She never asked to be a hero, but as Coach Marcus told her, sometimes the ones who don't seek the spotlight are the ones who most deserve it. Sure, she felt the pressure. She was still just 16, still missed Detroit, still wanted to just be a kid. But each morning, seeing others walking taller, she knew it was worth it. And Brad? Well, he faded out. His money, his pride, none of it could outlast the truth. Maplewood had changed. The lesson stuck. The strongest punch isn't the one that knocks someone out. It's the courage to stand up when everyone else stays quiet. So here's the real question. Where do you stand? When justice is on the line, when someone's getting pushed around, what would you do? Drop your answer in the comments. Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe, because every story you share adds fuel to the fire, helping someone else stand tall the next time they're pushed. Courage isn't about fearlessness. It's about standing firm, right when it matters most.